Hey everyone, it's Ashley Cunningham here, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be channeling Archangel Metatron for you guys tonight, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say. I haven't really channeled him too often for my personal guidance or benefit. He's popped into several of my readings, and I know he's kind of been hanging out with me every so often. I just can sense his energy. But I haven't really directly had a lot of conversations with him. So I think it's going to be really, really fun to kind of get to connect with him and answer your guys' questions. And I'm already feeling a ton of energy coming in. So that's awesome. Throughout this, I am going to be peeking over here at the side of my screen because I'm going to be looking at the video and sorry for a second, I'm going to turn my volume down so you don't get a glare or a feedback loop on my side. So, hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited. So before we dive in, hey Elmer, I wanted to kind of point you guys in the direction of a few things that are coming up for me. I am going to be channeling Serapis Bay on Saturday. So I've been really busy this week, and I normally do a channeling every Thursday, but I think I need a little break for tomorrow, actually, because Thursday's Halloween, so I didn't want to go live on Halloween either. But I need a little break, so I'm going to be channeling him on Saturday. So if you have questions, please post them on my Facebook business page. I have a post there, or I will also be posting a picture of Serapis Bay in Channeling with Love, so you guys can add your questions there as well, or you can find me on Instagram. And let's see here. So my Instagram looks like this. You can find me there. Oh, let's pop that other guy down. And I will be posting that same picture that you just saw of Serapis Bay on my Instagram, so you can put your comments there as well. Basically what I do before a weekly channeling is I just compile everything, and I try and answer as many questions as possible during that time. So if you don't get a question in every week, don't worry. I will always be trying to rotate people's questions through whenever I do channeling. I also have another really exciting event coming up, and you can find this either in Channeling with Love or on my Facebook business page, but I cannot wait for the first week of December because Kristin Davies and I are going to be running a class talking about mastering your energy in 2020. And it's going to be super fun. We have a whole bunch of really amazing pre-records prepared, and we're also going to be going live 4 times within that week to actually channel guidance for the class, the students. And we're also going to be doing a lot of conversational stuff on the group wall, and you guys can chat and hang out with everyone that's in there. And it will be in a private Facebook group, so you will be able to have that space set up for you. And it's just going to be super cool. We're going to talk about how can you master your own energy, techniques in managing your energy, also what's going to come in 2020. So you kind of have a heads up as to what months may be heavier for you in your ascension journey as far as energy goes, when those waves are going to be coming, and how moon phases or the year of the rat, so that's the Chinese zodiac for 2020. How do those things kind of affect your energy as well? So I think it's going to be super fun, and you can definitely check this out either on my business page, but you go and register on KristinDaviesMedium.com and get signed up, and Kristin's going to be the one to pop you guys into the group and get everything going when we get closer to the event. If you would like to book a reading with me, I do channelings like this for people every week, but you can ask as many questions as you can fit into an hour with me channeling for you personally. And you can book with me at channelingwithlove.com. So it's the same name as my Facebook group. It's also my website, and you can see all my services and learn a bit about me and kind of see what I'm about there. And I'm just super excited. You know, we're going into a good season, and definitely check out my website if you're interested in booking there for the next few months coming up. We also I have a lot of content here. Wow, you guys, I can see the comments on the side of my screen. That's like super exciting. I have not had that before, so sorry, I'm just kind of amazed. I also post all of my channelings on YouTube, so if you want to catch anything that I've done in the past, you can go there and you can watch all of my video content to date there right on my YouTube channel. And I will continue to be posting weekly videos as well as any additional lives such as this channeling here and Channeling with Love straight onto my YouTube page. So definitely subscribe and check it out. And yeah, so let's get to it. I think that's enough. It's just going to be super awesome. And he's like really pouring in energy right now. If those of you who are interested in channeling want to follow along with me, just ask Archangel Metatron to put the energy that he's kind of showing me where you guys are, and he can help mimic that, or just sense how you feel him and ask him to be around you, and just kind of take note of how you're feeling that energy. Maybe in comparison to how I'm feeling it, you may be feeling something different than I am, but it's a lot of energy pouring in. So it's pretty cool. And I'm already seeing some really awesome questions that I want to make sure I get to. So yeah, let's kind of sit back and tune in. Whew, and my energy is like way up high because he's coming in pretty strong. Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to connect with this dear one and the many of you who are watching in this Channeling with Love Facebook group. This is a special space. There are many special spaces around the world, online in the physical sense, where you can connect with your soul family. It is easier as the technology of humans develops and progresses in a fast, rapid pace to connect in a more virtual element, a virtual realm. This is very important to reach those who are halfway around the world, who are really important for you to connect with, and for your spiritual development to learn from, to converse with, to connect with, and grow with. As everyone around the planet, it has an increased, he's saying like increased awareness, but also exposure to the energies that are coming onto the planet Earth. And this is triggering a lot of individuals awakening at this time, and more to come in the near future. Developing a community is essential for your development as you're discovering your journey. It can take away the fear. It can help you take away the fear, show you the path. You can also ask questions specific to your experience and your journey that many others may also be experiencing, but do not have the ability or have not had the community or the safe space to ask those questions. So asking questions, stepping forward, learning and growing. If you are called to come in front of the camera or create he's showing me like an organization that supports children learning how to be out in nature, or how to manage their energy and how to process emotions in a healthy way. There are many opportunities and many paths as a light worker that you can take. If you do not feel the call to step forward and take action to show others a path or to help others as a light worker, okay, as you are awakening, listening to your inner guidance will be of the utmost importance, as well as releasing fears will be of the utmost importance for you to find the path that resonates with you and brings you joy in this experience that you are in currently, your life experience in the here and now. There are many who may not claim the term light worker, but are still shining their light and showing others the love and support that they deserve, as well as showing others how to also shine their light. He's now showing me this. There's like this meme that's been floating around on Facebook, and I actually think someone posted it in Channeling with Love a little while ago, but it's like these yellow, these gray people standing in a crowd, and one person who's all yellow, symbolizing they're full of light, hugs the person in the center, and then it kind of, as the panels go down, the light spreads, and then everyone turns yellow, and everyone is of the light. And that's just a really beautiful way to picture it. You can just smile at someone, and that can ignite or help them connect with their light or shine light for others throughout their day. He's now kind of circling back to having spaces online is really important, and engaging with this material, the spiritual material, learning about your ascension, how that works for you, how you interact with energy, as well as getting a chance to speak with beings such as archangels or ascended masters or ET beings or loved ones that you're just interested in connecting with. You can learn how to do that and open yourself up even more. You can always ask the archangels or your angel team to help you do that. But it's just really beautiful to have a space online, and that there's a place for that within your life if you so choose to step forward. But there's also an importance to connect with those around you in a meaningful way that's not mired in the past or mired in the future. He's showing me many people are not within this single moment that we have within our lives, and we're just, all we have is the present. The future will come. The past is already gone. We can't worry about it because honestly, it's not here yet. We just have now. And connecting with those around you in the now, really sitting down, having a conversation, talking, laughing, sharing questions, discussing your fears, discussing things that will bring you joy, both of you or many of you, if you have many friends that you want to chat with all at once. But he's just kind of chuckling now. But connecting with those in your physical life is really important as well. And being as your genuine true self, it's sometimes very difficult to do that in every situation, to really claim your truth and just share yourself freely in maybe a fear of judgment. But doing so more and more helps you break down that fear. It helps you build up your willpower, your muscle of just sharing who you are as a person in any given situation. And that's a really beautiful gift to give to others. He's saying that this is important to think about as you move through your day. How can you connect with someone on a one-on-one basis in a moment that may enrich both of your lives and bring peace or happiness or joy or just a little chuckle throughout the day? How can you connect with an individual and be true to yourself, but also honor their truth? And he's now, I'm getting a lot of energy in my ear. It's coming through like straight down, and it's kind of all around me now, and it's really heavy. His energy is very heavy in my throat chakra, and I'm going to ask him to step back a little bit because it's a little painful in my neck, just the pressure. Ooh, and he shifted more into my heart chakra now. He's saying that this is important as you are moving through your life and owning your truth. It's easiest to do that and encourage others to do that. And that's just a means of giving over fears of judgment, of differences, of any sort of social stigma. Just hand that over. It's not your responsibility to manage the opinions of others, of yourself. Just living your life. It's an action. He's saying it's an action of love to honor yourself as you are of light and love, as well as honor those around you who are also of light and love, and being in a space of allowing is a beautiful gift that you can give to others. And it also, he's showing me boundaries. It also sets boundaries for others, for them to recognize that you are allowing yourself to be who you are, and you are not compromising your allowance of your being. It's a nice balance, and one that is to be honored. He's saying there is much to think on here, but just know that your life is a collection of beautiful moments, and celebrating those moments within the now is one sure way to manifest and bring about more of those beautiful moments that you cherish and that you really love and enjoy. And as you look through your life, you can see all of the love and kindness and light that you've shared with others. And that kind of builds out into a beautiful and really powerful life experience that you have on this planet Earth. And he's now kind of stepping back. That's the bulk of what he wants to really share. There's a lot of stuff to unpack there, I feel. It's pretty, I think it's pretty beautiful, and really it's exciting for me to hear all of that kind of in one spot, not only allowing others to be themselves, but allowing yourself to be yourself, and showing that action really helps others kind of, I guess, pluck up the courage to do that themselves. And it just really makes a big shift, you know, in the social circles in which you navigate in person physically, as well as on social media or online, which is connected by the World Wide Web. You know, like, you can affect people in many countries, and that's just a really beautiful and powerful thing to be aware of and to really think on. So I really appreciate that message. So okay, he's now saying, let's get to it. So I'm going to kind of scroll up here and then see if I can find some questions. Thank you guys so much for the beautiful comments. Jonathan has a really great question. As a parent, I have noticed children having more and more vivid dreams and nightmares. I am also having vivid dreams and nightmares. Whoa, Jonathan, I have a lot to say on this, because I too have been having very vivid dreams. Actually, I've recently had a few nightmares, and I'm pretty good about having my team pull me out before it gets too intense. But let's see what Archangel Metatron has to say. He's saying, this is a great question, because there are many reasons why maybe your children or children in general, as well as those who are open to energies in this present moment, are having such vivid dreams and such nightmares, and maybe not sleeping as well as you normally do. Primary reason is there is a large wave of energy that has been lapping the earth. He's saying lapping, kind of like washing up more and more. He's showing me like a beach and the waves are coming up and they're just lapping very frequently. There are waves that are now upon the earth, and that energy is definitely affecting your sleep. It's affecting the dreams that you are having, the energies that you are sensing and encountering in your sleep. And this is to become more normal as you move forward on your ascension journey, and as more energy anchors within the earth. There are a few different things that you can do about it. You don't have to just suffer through very vivid or intense dreams or extremely scary nightmares all the time. You may notice an uptick and then you can take action. He's saying that grounding, primarily right before bed, is a really great thing that you can do in order to kind of even out and stabilize your energy as much as possible. There's going to be some energy you just can't really get away from, because the energy is coming into you. You're anchoring more light within the earth, and that's going to cause some shifts. But grounding right before bed as much as possible is a really great place to start. And he's pointing to, I had a reading recently where they brought up grounding mats. I don't know if any of you have one or have experienced a grounding mat. I personally have not owned a grounding mat. I'm actually thinking about buying one really soon, because it's going to be winter soon and I'm going to be really cold and I don't want to be outside when it's freezing. So I was thinking about getting a grounding mat, and they're just like mats that I don't know what they're made of. I haven't done any research on it. So maybe someone who has more awareness can write in the comments a little bit about it. But basically you can stand on that mat, or I've actually heard people put the grounding mat under their sheets in their bed and they like sleep on the grounding mat. I don't know if it's, you should only be using it for a certain amount of time or anything like that. I'll put a comment or maybe some links to some websites if I can find some good websites with some information under this channel as well. So you guys have some places to start if you're interested in doing research. But he's pointing to grounding mats. Crystals are really helpful for grounding. You can find a few really good crystals. I gravitate more towards like the petrified woods, petrified wood, or let's see, rose quartz. Both of those are really great crystal types, rock types that you can use to help ground yourself if you, again, can't get outside. And you can't, you don't have a grounding mat or something like that. He's also highlighting Epsom salt baths are really beautiful to relax you, and it's an added bonus because it helps relax your muscles, and it really takes out some toxins out of your skin, and it just would really be perfect to sleep right after an Epsom salt bath. That would like knock me out straight away. And you can't always do that, but there's some things you can do there. And I just seen a comment as someone is going through the same thing with their 7-year-old grandson. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, it's just difficult. There's a lot of energy coming in, and children are often more open than adults, so it may present more intensely with them. So definitely work on grounding, getting them outside, enjoying nature as much as possible is going to be a really big plus for them. Also drinking a lot of really clean spring water, and eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, things that are very grounding. They're connected to the earth as much as possible. Definitely focusing your diet on those types of foods. And he's saying that's a good starting point. If you want to research more grounding techniques, please do so. But those are a few things that you can do right before bed that kind of help settle your energy. And he's also showing meditation, of course, is a great way to kind of help settle your energy as well. Settling your thoughts, allowing you to sink deeper into a deeper sleep. That may allow, the energy to come in, but not keep you up as much. I definitely need to check out those grounding mats. And I see there's a lot of comments over here. So that's pretty awesome. And I do see a question, do you know where to buy one? I've seen them on Amazon mainly, and that's where I do most of my shopping, honestly. So I primarily look there first for anything. So I would check out Amazon if you're able to do that. Maybe just Google grounding mats, purchase or buy grounding mat or something. And I think you can find a few stores that'll pull that up as well. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for that question. Sonia, I recently entered into a new relationship. I would like to know if this man in my life is the right choice for me and my girls. Sonia, Archangel Metatron is not making me feel like he's a bad choice at all. He's making me feel like he's a solid person. He's a good person, a good option, but there's always the free will choice of his actions as well as your actions, and your actions together within a relationship that really determine how your relationship goes. He's saying go within. If there are problems or anything that you're worried about, it would be wise to have an open and transparent conversation as you do have young, well, he's saying young children. I don't know how young your girls are, but as you do have children that live with you and are in your life, it may be wise to have conversations with him and just express your concerns. And if he's interested in staying for the long haul, or if you're both really serious, it's going to be important to have those maybe difficult conversations, just because it's always going to come up if you don't, like in some sort of way. It's going to display, and then it's going to be a source of fear or contention, or it's just not going to work. And then it may, be just because you guys didn't have an open conversation. He's saying honesty and transparency is the key. And feel within yourself your response to him as a person. If you feel in your heart that he's a good person for you, then he is. It's your choice, and you are a good judge of character, and you can sense that energy, that response to his energy, and always go with your gut reaction. If you like him, but you don't get a good sense, you have some choices to make there. But he's really putting it back in your court to go within, listen to how you feel in your heart, and if there are concerns, make sure you're open and honest. And he's also saying, if there aren't concerns, if there's something that makes you happy in the relationship, share that with your partner. Be open and just have a conversation about how you're feeling, because that's always going to be the best course of action, even though it's scary. And I totally get it. Sometimes there's that fear that there may be rejection, or maybe you're not making the right choice, but just trust yourself. And he's saying, go within. Go within. Spirit is there. Your team is around you. And he's saying that you have the answers already. You just need to go within. And he's saying review what it is that you're feeling. He's saying that is it. So I hope that resonates, Sonia. Metatron would love what you see for me and my family for financial security. Okay. Melinda, I'm seeing there's great possibilities, and Metatron is opening doors. He's showing me there's many opportunities. There may be some things that you have to take care of before you can move forward at maybe the pace that you're looking to move forward in that pace. And he's showing maybe there's some lingering things that you just need to get taken care of financially that are just kind of there. But once you are able to tackle those problems, or maybe not, he's not really saying problems, like tackle those like projects, tackle those individual things, you'll be in a really solid spot where you can make even greater decisions and move forward and act on other opportunities that may come quickly. But he's not showing me that you're going to be going backward. He's not showing me anything negative or low. He's just showing me that there are some things you need to take care of, and then you're golden. Like, you can just move forward. And just always ask your team for support, and you're gonna be fine. And he's saying that you will also be able to show your children some very good habits and good ways of handling things that are going to be coming your way. Like, you're going to be able to teach them some really valuable skills. That's pretty cool. He's saying just trust in spirit, and you're going to be golden. So you're going to move forward. So I hope that resonates with you. Judy is saying, I feel that I've been sleeping. Sorry, I feel that while I've been sleeping, I've been busy. I'm usually a light sleeper, but lately I don't remember a thing, and I've been getting glimpses of memories from the night before. What's been happening while I've been sleeping? There has been great healing taking place. Your angels have been working on your chakras. There's been a lot of energy around you, Judy. And I find too, when there's a lot of healing taking place, or your chakras are opening, or you're kind of getting, you know, stretched a little bit energetically, I knock out and I don't even remember where I am when I wake up in the morning. It's like I'm dead asleep, and I just feel like I'm exhausted. And it's because you are exhausted energetically. And just, you know, moving forward with your day, just try and get as much rest as you can. He's showing me be gentle with yourself. When you are feeling tired, maybe step back a little bit. And take, if you can, take some extra naps if you can make it happen in your day. But just go easy when you are feeling in this way, because there's a lot of energy happening all around you. There's just energy there, but there's also energy within your energetic body kind of shifting. So that's a really cool thing. And he's saying, just remember to take care of yourself. David, I often start personal tasks or healthy habits and then I drop them. Any guidance on this pattern? This seems to have grown stronger lately. Thanks. Okay, he's saying a few different things. There may be some fear there, David, around the changes that you're making. Either a fear of not making the changes, or a fear of what's going to happen when you make those changes. How's your life going to shift? Really work to release that within your body, and just give that over. You really should also look at how are you preparing yourself for the task at hand. He's showing me this giant boulder, and he's saying that you can't move this giant boulder all at once. You may need to break this boulder up, this goal up, into smaller pieces, so that way you can lift the pieces and move it to where you need to go. So taking like bite-sized chunks of your goal and really focusing on the small actions that you can take. while keeping in mind it used to be this giant boulder. It's a giant goal, you know, like you want to, I don't know, be able to run a marathon next year. Like that's a huge goal. You're not probably going to be able to, if you're at ground zero, like the starting point, if you're not able to every day run, like build up to running a mile, build up to running 5 miles, build up to running 10 miles. If you can't do that in small increments and you're just saying, okay, I'm going to go and run a whole marathon, which is I think like what, 23.2, I don't really know how much a marathon is. You guys can post it in the comments. How long is a marathon? But you can't run a mile if you've not run every day and really built yourself up to do that. So definitely look at how are you breaking it up. And if even the small bites are too difficult, break it up smaller. Instead of like a 2-armed boulder where you have to carry it with both arms, break it up into where you can carry it in your palm. Make it so easy for yourself that you cannot fail. And just trust that the changes that you're making are going to be for your best and highest good. And he's also saying, call in your team. You are aware of this. Call in your team to help you in every aspect of the change that you wish to make. Whether it's to get you prepared, to have the right equipment, to setting aside the time, to waking up on time if you want to get up in the morning and go run. They will wake you up on the dot. I've actually had a goal for a long time, and I haven't been very good at it myself, but I wanted to get up early in the morning and go on a walk for half an hour every day. And I told my team, please wake me up at 5 o'clock on the dot. I'll get up and I'll put on my walking clothes and I will go out that door and go walk for half an hour in the morning. The next day, they woke me up exactly at 5 o'clock. Actually, I woke up and I kind of lounged a bit, and then I'm like, I guess I'll check my phone and see what time it is. And it was 5 o'clock when I checked my phone. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, you guys. Like, this is too much. Like, okay, I have to go now. So, you know, you can really have them help you in any little step that you need. So definitely know it's possible, whatever you wish to achieve. Just break it down as best as you can. And he's saying, hand over that fear or the worry that you're not going to do what you need to do. Hand that over. Trust yourself. Trust that you're going to do what you need to do and just move forward. And he's saying, be like Nike and just do it. Just do it. So I hope that helps, David. There's also, you know, meditations that you can do. There's various things that you can do that kind of help clear away that mental clutter that may be getting in the way of your goals. So definitely think about what's going to work best for you. Use discernment when trying to do research and know that you're going to be able to get this. And you got it. Let's see here. Elizabeth has a question. Will my husband awaken? And if not, will this affect our relationship? Thank you. Elizabeth, your husband is being presented the choice. He's being guided. He's being not directed, but he's being offered many opportunities, many coincidences, signs. He's definitely being supported in the best way that he needs to be supported. And it's ultimately up to him to really follow that path and to really open up if he wants to. He can't ignore it, but he can also move forward with it. And he's pointing at you and saying, just know that he is where he needs to be in the moment. If you wish for him to become maybe more comfortable with the materials that you're interested in, or to be more interested in those materials, you can always ask for help. You can ask his team and ask, ultimately they're going to, follow whatever needs to be done for him. But if that's for his best and highest good and that he's ready for it and he's ready to move forward, they will definitely help him awaken and, start to become more aware of what's going on. And you're going to be right there to help him, because now you're on your awakening journey and you're going to be able to share everything that you've learned, the resources that you really enjoy, and it's just going to bring you guys closer together. And it's just going to be really, really beautiful to have that as part of your relationship. And he's saying, do not worry. It may take some time, but do not worry. Just allow him to be as he is. Love him as he is. Share your love in for yourself, for your light. Shine your light, and he is going to see a good example of what being true to ourselves and awakening really represents and means. And he's saying that is all. So I hope that resonates with you, Elizabeth. As someone who I started channeling, and my husband was not interested at all in hearing anything I had to say about any of this stuff. And I just allowed that to be, that's his choice. And it's just a matter of time and you following your journey and being, moving forward in whatever awakening process that is calling for you, your path, or the areas in your research, whatever is really interesting you at the time. Just follow that and be, open and honest, and just really focus on it. And he's going to notice differences. He's going to be interested in it. As that's what's happened with my partner. And he's now opening up more, asking more questions, or at least listening more to when I'm talking about things that I've discovered or I've learned or I've been able to get through channeling. So just allow it to unfold as it needs to be. Okay. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. She said that my channeling is getting heaps faster and clearer. You have always been great, but I've noticed an increase today. Honestly, Bonnie, I was thinking about that recently too. I've noticed there's been a big shift in my senses and my chakra. There's just been so much more energy around me that I've just gotten kind of like, it's just always happening, like every day for me. And that's been really exciting. So thank you for noticing. Okay. Let's see here. Faye has a really great question. My grandson has ADHD and is having trouble learning. How can I help him? You can help him, Faye, by supporting him in his life experience. And what he means by that is by acknowledging, yes, okay, he has ADHD or he's experiencing ADHD, but that does not necessarily mean it's like a detriment or a barrier. Pointing out the positive effects is always a good way to start. Like, what can you learn from having ADHD in this lifetime? Trying to shift the perspective from, oh my gosh, there's like, it's so hard to learn, it's so difficult to do this, it's so, like it's a barrier for all of these life experiences. But think about it, help him think about it if you can, or have conversations about, well, okay, so you're trying to learn, you're trying to be in the classroom, what really brings him back to a situation, or what helps him keep his focus. Having him kind of do a little analysis for himself. I don't know how old your grandson is, so it may be harder if he's very young, but really noticing, okay, I work better when I am fed, I'm not hungry, I have something maybe to fidget with, and I really like history, so it's history, and I try and really focus on that. Okay, so how do we incorporate that into other scenarios or other examples of or situations in his day? Grounding is also very important, especially for evening out the energy within your body and your mind. Grounding will be important. Exercise will be very important in a healthy manner. A good diet will be very important as well. Creating a space of allowing your grandson to be who he is and not fear retribution or fear that he's doing something wrong or isn't doing something right in a moment. He's not responding right, or he's not, being able to focus. Give him some space to just kind of let loose and be who he is. And he's saying there are many things. It will take a lot of shifting. And he's saying actually not just within an individual level or a family unit level of shifting, but also shifting on a society level. And I just saw your comment, he is 9. The only thing that comes him is playing Xbox. Okay, maybe give him some Xbox time, but also try and incorporate other things that can energetically kind of even him out. And it may take some time to get his buy-in. I know how the Xbox stuff goes. People are all about it. They love to focus on it. But maybe getting him to, and I don't know what kind of games he plays or anything like that. But if there's any material that's maybe related to the type of games that he plays, he could read, or he could think about, or do a different activity that kind of still relates, but also gets his focus shifting in different ways, may be helpful. But Metatron is pointing back to, on a society level, there are going to be many shifts happening as more energy comes to the planet, and there is going to be more acknowledgement of the different experiences that we have here on Earth. And there will be more supports around accommodating those experiences. So that's pretty exciting. I hope some of that helped you. I think there's a lot of people out there that experience ADHD or ADD, and it's just, it's just something that you have to really learn how to navigate. And I actually have some coworkers that also experience that, and it hasn't been a barrier to them at all. In their career or their success or their life. It's just been something that they've had to learn how to navigate and incorporate within their experience, because that's who they are, and that's okay. Yeah, so I hope that resonates with you, and I hope that helps you. Let's see here. Jasmine is asking, can Archangel Metatron give me guidance on what is my purpose and spiritual modality is my calling? Thank you. Okay. Oh, Metatron is putting a lot of energy into my heart chakra and kind of a lot of pressure there. But he's saying you definitely recognize that you are here to help others. You're here to be a light worker. You're here to share your light with others. You may be interested in healings. You may be interested in channeling guidance for others, such as this dear one. You have options. You can choose. And he's recommending that you do research on the various modalities that are really jumping out at you. So you, excuse me, you may be interested in channeling. You may be interested in doing Reiki or energy healing or shamanism, or I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do research on and check in on, and what really brings you joy, what really would be something that you could enjoy doing. And it's kind of a way of life, so how can you see that modality fitting in with your lifestyle, and what would you need to do in order to incorporate that into your lifestyle? And he's kind of putting it back on you. He's saying this is a really exciting thing to do research on and to learn about. All of the different modalities, anything that's really drawing your attention. exciting to discover that. So he's not going to ruin that little surprise for you, but he knows that you are definitely aware that this being a light worker is your path. It's just, how do you want to express that for yourself? So enjoy the experience of discovering. And he's saying, always use discernment, go within when you're doing research to see if something is really standing out to you. Does it feel really good? Does it make you really excited? Do you see yourself doing that for others, or for yourself, or for your family? So just think about that. And if you're like, no, I don't really see that, that's not really interesting to me, nix it. And it's all good. Really, your path, he's saying that you're not going to be able to fall off your path is really what he's getting at. And you have choices within your path to choose how you express your light workerness or shining your light. So, and that's the cool thing about being here on Earth, is we get to make a lot of choices, and we have a lot of control over how our life contract is followed, and how we live our day in day out, our daily life. And so we get we get to direct a lot of things. So definitely have fun making that choice. And he's just saying good luck. And yeah, he's just kind of like, have fun with it. Go shopping, shop modalities, and enjoy the experience. So Jasmine, I hope that resonates with you. And you may find, you already kind of have an idea of what you're interested in, and then do some more research on it. So Twyla's asking, does he work with other archangels? And the big answer is yes, he does, Twyla. There are so many archangels that are in existence. We don't even know all of them at this point. And he works with a lot of the unknown ones, a lot of the known ones, such as Archangel Michael, who's standing right behind me, or Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Ariel, Uriel. There are Sandalphon. There are so many archangels that he works with, and they're all on the same team. So they're all working together, and they're all here to support us. And yeah, so he's definitely a team player, and he's just saying there's so much support from Spirit that you guys are not even aware of. They all work together to support us in this experience, and it's just an amazing thing. So he's just saying, there's a lot of team members behind us. We're all on the team. We're all together. We're all one, and he works a lot with a lot of them. Okay, let's see here. Brenda is asking, I would like to know why I tend to never remember any of my dreams. Thank you. Brenda, they're saying, our Metatron and your guardian angels are saying it's not super important for you to remember your dreams. If you wish to, you can. There's always interesting tidbits that you can learn from your dreams. But you can set that intention, and you can ask your team to help you remember. And they're showing you sitting up in bed, like when you wake up in the morning, and writing down. It doesn't have to be a whole book or every detail in your dream, but just maybe a few lines in summary of what your dream is kind of like. As soon as you wake up, before you do anything else, write it down. And they're also pointing to me, because I, for a little while, was not able to remember a lot of my dreams. And I used to, well, I pretty much always in my entire life have been able to remember my dreams in like deep detail. But there was a time when I just wasn't remembering them for whatever reason. And so they guided me to Amazonite. So it's like a pale green. Actually, I have a necklace here that I made. It's a pale green color, and my computer's kind of washing it out. Sorry, guys. But it's a pale green stone, and you can buy, I got these beads at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of them, but they're genuine Amazonite beads. And I just kind of strung them in a gradient size. And I actually was wearing this every night when I would go to sleep with the intention of remembering my dreams. You can also have like a smaller stone under your pillow, and you can say, I will be remembering my dreams. I want to learn from them. And you have your little journal, and your team will help you with that. Yeah, that's a good question, though. I think some people don't always remember their dreams. My husband, he's like, I never, ever remember my dreams, but he doesn't really care about it. So he doesn't do anything like that. Oh, I'm getting down to where you guys are talking about grounding mats. Thank you guys so much. There's so many awesome comments, and there's just some really great questions here. Anita is saying, how can I better communicate with Metatron? He's saying, call me in. Ask me questions. He's also saying he's aware that his energy is quite strong for many. So if you feel an overwhelming sense of his energy, you can ask him to kind of scale it back a little bit. But quieting your mind, settling your mind to where you are able to really take in the environment around you and make note of small, and maybe build up to more channeling and really sensing within your body where is the energy. That is him. If you call on him at that moment, could be another being. You could sense your guardian angels or other archangels or beings that are around you. But if you wish to speak specifically with Metatron, call him in and ask him to come in and practice with you. He's saying, I'm all about practice. I'm honored that you would wish to develop a relationship with me. And I look forward to working with you. There's no being that is not going to want to support you and develop a relationship with you and connect with you if you really want to connect with them. And that's like a super cool thing that I always kind of trip out about. Like, you know, when I first started channeling, I connected with Mother Mary a lot. And I would go to her, and I couldn't believe it that she was coming in and she was talking to me all the time. And it was just a really beautiful experience. And I've gotten to develop a relationship with her that's really special for me. And you can do that with any ascended master, any archangel that you want to connect with. And Metatron's really ready and waiting for you guys to call him in if you're resonating with him. And he's super cool. And I appreciate a stronger energy because it kind of reaffirms for me that I'm sensing, I'm getting it, and I really like a kind of stronger energy to come in. So that's just me, though. Liz, ooh, this is a question that really hits home for me. What advice does he have for how young children who are empaths? So what advice does he have for young budding empaths in this lifetime? Well, he's starting off with, it's important for adults to know what being an empath means, because often younger children do not recognize that term or do not recognize immediately that that is what they are sensing, because they come into this world and they just think that's normal for everyone. They think that they, understanding how someone's feeling on a day-to-day basis, just being around them is, it's just a normal experience. And some people do not experience that. And when I was, I'm an empath, and when I was really young, I just didn't know what an empath was. And I was just, I just felt so emotional all the time, and I didn't know why. And I couldn't really voice it. I couldn't really say, well, my teacher was really sad, and so I just had a really sad day. I was really upset, and I didn't really know why. So first and foremost, adults knowing how to identify an empath is really important. And then he's saying, once you identify maybe your child or a child that you know is potentially empathic, talk about how they feel when they're maybe in a crowd, kind of identify where are they at. And you can also say, some people have a energy, some people have emotions. You have your own energy and your own emotions, and you can set up a bubble around yourself, kind of make it fun. You can set up your own little energy bubble. You're always in a bubble, and you can have it whatever color they want: cotton candy, hot pink, red, blue, green, superhero colors, whatever it is that they are really connecting with. You can make it really fun. But having like a short little visualization, maybe not like a ritual, but just something that you guys do consistently, maybe on your way to school, dropping them off, having a conversation like, what's your bubble color today? And really getting that visualization into their mind that they're surrounded by love and light, and they can choose to allow people's emotions to impact them or not, or they can send them love and light to them, and they can also call back their own energy. Really understanding boundaries, I think, is like the core of how you can support an empath at any age, because there are some empaths who just have no control over it, and they go and they try and hide away. And there are some empaths who, like me, I've had to really learn, okay, I need to remove myself out of the situation. I need to go outside. I need to ground. I don't want to buy into that venting session. I'm just going to redirect it, or I'm just going to send them love and light and say good luck, or I'm going to, really try and help them. It all depends on where I'm at in my day, my boundaries. So I think that's the best thing I can say. And Metatron's just kind of pointing to me in my bubble. So I think he's really wanting to highlight those boundaries there. And he's saying, yep, I think that's the best course for a young child to understand those boundaries as best as possible. And what are they okay with in their boundaries and in their energy? They need to be able to voice that for themselves. And they need to be supported when they voice that they don't want to either be in a situation, or they don't want to converse with that person, or they need to go and rest and lie down. There needs to be just some support around that. There are many opportunities to grow and develop. And yeah, he's just saying that's a good starting place, and there are many other resources that you can research out there. And I kind of want to plug, I do have an empath consultation service if anyone is interested. If you're struggling with boundaries, or you don't know kind of where your boundaries are, I do a lot of basically just having a conversation with you about how do you manage your energy. And I go through a lot of my own visualizations and my own techniques and how you can project your own energy and, really set your boundaries, and do a practice session basically with that person. And for me, it's been amazing learning and really growing and seeing what feels good for me and moving forward as I'm developing those skills. And I think being an empath is like being a superhero. It's just so amazing, and it's just a really cool skill. So yeah, thank you so much for the really awesome question there, Liz. I really feel like kids, especially as they're higher and higher vibrationally when they're born, have a bigger struggle in today's society than maybe even a few years ago, because they're so open and there's just so much energy. And I think a lot of kids struggle with it because it's really difficult. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I'm so happy that resonated with you. Serena is asking, any guidance for my new yin yoga class I'll be teaching? Metatron, the sentiment's there, but the words that popped into my head are, get it, girl. Have fun with it. it's awesome that you're doing that class. It's important. It's going to help others. Just make sure you have fun and be confident in your skill and enjoy the time. Learning this skill of being able to teach yoga and then just building up that practice and moving forward. It's going to be a great stepping stone for you. You're not going to just stay at this type of single yoga class. You may be branching out into other venues or building your own business. And it's just going to be a great practice for you. And he's saying it's a great opportunity for you, and he's really proud that you're stepping forward and doing that. So yay to Serena. Awesome job. I'm excited for you. Let's see here. Alexandra is asking, any message on opening my clairs? Alexandra, I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people, and it definitely resonates with me. But Metatron is saying it's all in divine timing. And he's saying, share why, Ashley. Especially when I first started channeling, I was like, man, I wish I could just hear your words in my head and just say them verbatim exactly how they come in. And I'm getting a lot better. I actually think I've pushed my clairaudience as far as it's going to go for a while. And I can hear words quite often, but I also hear the intent, like the blend of what they're saying and the meaning, and that kind of blends into my claircognizance a little bit. And then I get a lot of visions or images, so it kind of all piggybacks with my clairvoyance and my claircognizance. So of course we're all going to get into that point, especially as we're starting our ascension journey. And he's saying, and as you practice, and as you continue to work with your clairs, you continue to ask and receive and be open to guidance, you are going to push your boundaries. You are going to grow exponentially through your lifetime. And there are many who maybe even right now have not even started channeling, are by the end of their lifetime are going to be able to see and hear and know spirit wherever they go and at any moment. Of course, you can always dial it back if you need to. And it's just going to be going slowly as you need to build your muscles and build your communication channels. Some people, it's just a light switch, and that's what they're ready for. Some of us, like myself, I'm consistently opening and practicing and pushing those boundaries. And so it takes time. And he's saying, you're doing really well, Alexandra. You can ask your team to challenge you more by asking maybe to see more, to hear more, to feel more, and make sure that you're setting some time aside within your day to practice however you see fit, and just know that it will come. Especially if you set that intention and you work on it and you're really focused on it and you're developing it. Not in a, it's not coming, it's not here, like why can't I do this, but more in a, I'm working on this every day and it's getting better and stronger every day. And he's saying, yes, as long as you trust in the divine timing and you just continue to do what you can do on your side, that's all I can ask of you. So that's a really good question, because I definitely resonate with that. Liz quoting my Metatron's "Be like Nike and just do it" comment. Megan, yeah, I'm taking questions from this chat. There are a lot of comments and a lot of questions, so I may be a bit behind, but I'm definitely trying to get through as much as I can. Tina Marie is asking, may I have any general advice, please? Tina, I'm sensing from Archangel Metatron that there's a lot of chaos kind of around you. It's kind of like a tornado of things kind of flying by, and you're really trying to move forward in your day and day to day, and you're just trying to keep it all together, but there's also like a lot of things happening, and that's really stressful. And he's saying that the best thing that you can do for this situation is ensure that you are practicing good self-care. So taking care of yourself, making sure you're getting rest, setting those boundaries that you need to set with maybe someone. And I'm sensing that there are some people in your life that maybe are kind of taking a lot of your energy. Really set boundaries with them. Okay, I'm not going to answer your call right now because I'm going to get in the really nice Epsom salt bath and relax for an hour. But when I'm done with that, I can call you back. You know, setting those simple boundaries within your life, and just really making sure that you're getting grounded. Ask for help. That's always important. Your team is there. They know exactly what you're going through, and they see all of the best possible things that you can do and that other people are going to be doing. They know everything. And so they're going to really help you navigate the situation. And whew, I'm getting a lot of energy in my head. They're really hitting home on ask for help. Your team is right here with me. They're saying you need to make sure you're asking for help. Ask for the situation to have healing white light sent to it, whatever that situation is. Ask for that to happen, because what they're going to do is they're going to direct energy, source energy, healing white light energy to go straight to all of the players, everything that's taking place in the situation, to heal it, help it, transmute it, or move it through, so it just gets kind of the buildup in situations kind of gets negated, like it's just kind of like a wash, and it just kind of gets settled quicker when you ask for that kind of help. So definitely ask for help, take care of yourself, and hand over. They're showing me that you need to hand over maybe some fears that may be at play in the situation. And part of what you're meant to learn in this situation is to recognize what those fears are and recognize that you can do something about them and hand them over. You can get rid of those fears and move through it. That may take some work, but it's definitely worthwhile. And they're saying you got this. And they're sending you a lot of love. They want you to know they love you so much, and they're around you all the time. You have a large angel team with you. And yeah, you're doing what you can, and you're doing really well. So just trust and know that, and just kind of step back a little bit and make sure you're taking care of yourself. And Metatron's saying, thank you. That is all. I'm sending you a lot of love, Tina. Let's see here. Laura, this is a really good question. Can you tell the difference between my voice in my mind and the voice of my angels and guides? And so how can you tell the difference when you're receiving guidance within your mind, your clairaudience? It's maybe not in your ears, it's in your mind right now. And how can you discern whose thoughts or who's saying what within your mind? Most of the time when people start channeling, all guidance, everything that comes through, it's in your own voice. And that's just because that's what your mind is used to. That's the sound that your thoughts make. That's just kind of how your mind operates. As you continue to recognize the guidance that's coming through that's not your own, and as you continue to converse with them and you practice with them and you work on it, it's going to shift slowly but surely. and you'll be able to separate the energy, the sound of the voice within your mind, or the feel of the thoughts in your mind. If you're not getting sound yet, that's okay, but maybe the feeling of those thoughts are going to shift for you. And Metatron's showing me that it may be gradual, and you may not notice when that change happens, or it may be like that, and immediately you hear a male voice and a female voice of your guardian angels, or you hear a male voice for Metatron or for Jesus, or maybe a male or female voice for Archangel Gabriel. Really, the sound may not be there, but it may feel different, and that's how you can kind of recognize it. And let's see if I can. I'm not really getting any additional guidance from Metatron, but I was trying to see if there was any good visualization or anything that really stood out to me when I really started to channel, how I could feel the difference, how I just knew it wasn't my thoughts. I wasn't making this up. I'm not making this up now. I know it's Metatron. And how do I know? It's because the energy that's coming in, and it just feels different than me. I'll have to think on that more. I may have to follow up on that, Laura, a little bit more and see if there's a better visualization. Metatron may work with me a bit more on that, just to really give you a good example. But I hope what Metatron did share really resonated with you, and with anyone else too that may be having that same question of how do I tell the difference? Oh, he is putting it in my head, and I've remember hearing this in some of my channeling classes that I've taken with Kristin Davies, and what I've heard other people say as they're channeling is sometimes the angels or the ascended masters, they use words that we don't even know. Like we have to look up the word. So that's definitely an indicator of someone else thinking and that energy is different. And now he's pointing me to an example of a channeling I did with J.R.R. Tolkien. I absolutely love Tolkien. He wrote The Lord of the Rings, and that's one of my favorite series. And how I knew I was channeling Tolkien was his sentence structure was like completely perfect. Mine, not so much. So I knew that this was like definitely a different being. Like I know that this is like the energy, the feel. He even had an accent in my mind. So I definitely knew it was way him and not me. So there's just a few key indicators that you can kind of try and clue in on. Maybe there's an accent. Maybe it feels different, like a bass versus female voice, or female voice versus male voice. And maybe just the structure, the sentence structure itself, or the words that you're getting in the guidance, it will really clue you in, like that's not you. So I hope that helps. I think that was a really good example. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, for pulling that out, because I was not seeing it. Let's see here. Okay. So Love Kate is asking, any guidance, please? Love Kate, Archangel Metatron is just saying, keep shining your light. He's showing me like you are well supported around you, and you have a lot of people, resources from spirit, as well as in your current life that you can turn to. And just continue to shine your light, continue to be yourself, and allow others to see yourself in its entirety as you're a beautiful being of love and light. And also show yourself self-love and care, because that's important too. And he's saying, that is all. I'm like, okay. Sorry, I'm scrolling through. There's so many awesome comments. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't been able to join me from the beginning, thank you for popping on. Oh, Laura's following up a comment. When I am in meditation, I get thoughts. I'm unsure if those are my thoughts or messages from guides. Is there a way to know the difference? Sure. Laura, Metatron is just saying you need to trust what's coming through. And if you are not sure if they're your thoughts or if they're different beings' thoughts, take maybe the sentence or the guidance in which you're receiving during your meditation. And he's saying, examine it. And not in like a, I doubt this is from someone else kind of way, like trust that that's totally a possibility. You're not making anything up. No one is going to make anything up when they're meditating and just some random thought comes in that feels different than your thoughts. It's just showing that you're open. But he's showing me like the words that you may receive in your mind, like we were pointing out before. It may be structured differently. It may have a heavier, like a weight to it. You may be able to visualize it in vision form. You may be able to feel the energy around you in your body when you're receiving the guidance. There could be other senses that you can rely on to confirm, yes, this is something that I'm getting from another being. And I just had my own thought, and he's pointing to that, and he wants me to share that. Just trust and know that you're getting guidance from outside beings. You're not just making this up when you're meditating. And it takes some time to build up that trust muscle within yourself. So just really work on just trusting that you're getting it from a different being, and look at the experience that you're having as you're having it as best as possible. And just know that you're not making this up and you're open. And Archangel Metatron is saying, ask me to come in and I will show you the difference in your thoughts to my guidance. He's kind of like challenging you a little bit, Laura. So if you're interested, definitely ask him to come in. Let me know if you really feel a big difference in the way he's channeling. If you are not feeling a lot of energy and you're getting guidance, but you're not feeling it as much, or you're not hearing it clearly, or you don't feel like you're getting all of the message, ask your team or your spirit guides, anyone who's giving you that message, to come in a lot stronger and either repeat the guidance or share more guidance in the stronger manner, and just sit back and let your thoughts settle and see what comes to you, because they're going to really make it clear that they're there with you right in that moment. And I'm really interested in your experience. So if you're willing to share later on, definitely let me know. That would be super awesome to hear how you're doing. And wow, I'm at 82 minutes, guys. So I think I'll take one more question, and I think we're going to call it a night. Okay, I don't really see any more questions here at the bottom. So thank you guys so much for your time and tuning in and your energy and all your great questions. And thank you to Archangel Metatron for coming in. I really love it, as I said before, when he comes in really strong. And I love just sharing all of this awesome guidance with you guys. So thank you so much for your time, and love and light to you all. And I will be posting this later. If some of you, I've seen a few comments where you're popping in, but you can't watch everything. So I will be posting this on my YouTube channel. I will also be sharing the links in my Facebook business page, as well as Instagram and within Channeling with Love, and a few other groups that I participate in as well. So if you can't find it, let me know. I'll send you a link, but it's definitely going to be posted around. So thank you guys so much. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Love and light. Bye.